Hello, hello. We're back on Saturday to another Anime Adventuring Party podcast. As you can see, only Ticket and I are here again, at least at the beginning. For now, we currently have thunderstorm here. So hopefully everything is gonna go well. Oh, hi, Terror. Thank with the juice, as I see. Of course. So, for today, I don't know if it is actually a blizzard. Here is nice rain for now, with some thunders here and there. But yeah, it's so freaking humid. Right.
Like hopefully, it's good. The rain is going to wash the sins. I'm sorry, the dust from the town, and we will be able to breathe a little bit more.
Like someone throwing back at water. Oh, hello, Legendary.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Right. Okay. So, for today, we're doing side characters that solve the show and overall our favorites. So hopefully other members of AAP might join in. So we will see.
Yeah,
Oh man,
but like,
don't even talk about me about fast food, man. Sorry, I
fast,
just had a really bad experience with it.
fast as fuck, boy.
Sorry, Ticket, I interrupt you.
No, all good. It's just that, but besides that, there are just a ton of really well, thought out and written characters, both in manga and anime. So, you know, like we already have something that Keiki kind of urges us to mention, even though she is a little bit, sicklish.
She's overworked. Yeah,
Yeah,
no sleep.
that too.
But
So yeah, do you
everybody.
want to start, or do you want me to take the mic?
I will give you the mic at the beginning till my stomach kind of settles down with unfortunate event that I had before the podcast.
So, like, considering the amount of side characters that we have in anime that really aren't memorable, let's start off with the one big guy, literally big guy,
Right.
who you could actually argue that he is the main character. And here's why. Hokuto no Ken, Rao.
Oh,
So here's the thing. Rao is a side character, and he's the last obstacle that Kenshiro needs, to pass in order to
but
be the messiah,
isn't
be the
he
messiah of the waste.
overall antagonist? Kinda the looming antagonist of the show.
Yes, he is, and the final boss technically.
Yeah.
So when you consider that, he had a lot of threads that connected him to some other characters in the beginning. But when you take something like Hokuto no Ken and realize that it's a story about destiny, how you cannot change it, how you can, maybe just have a little bit of chaos in there, and maybe just even the odds against some scenarios, Rao was literally the other half of the coin for Kenshiro. And when you think about it, they weren't really that different, except, while Kenshiro would give people freedom, Rao would practically rule with an iron fist.
True. I must
And that would be his legacy, right?
true. I must just say the thing that I'm a little bit annoyed by. Not sure if this is my anime list problem or all that you see some characters that you consider, for example, main and they're supporting, or some supporting and they put them as main characters.
Yeah, that's an issue. But here's why I'll so for every character that I talk about, I will mention why I think they are more of a side character than a
Right.
main character. Now, for a show that I really want to watch, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, you
Mhm.
have two generals who are two main heroes,
Oh yeah,
right?
I
And
am
here's
I
the
am
thing.
at 57th episode currently.
Yeah, I will start watching that next week. I really want
I
to get on it.
literally watching weekly because I forgot how to watch the long series. So
Ah, yeah,
that's how I consume currently Legend of Galactic Heroes.
yeah. But in Legend of Galactic Heroes, I believe they are both present from episode one, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're shown kind of both profiles in a way, their strength
Yeah.
in that episode,
Now,
as I remember.
yeah, but for Hokuto no Ken, a lot of tasks of Kenshiro, who is literally the Messiah Hercules or something like that in that wasteland. He meets Rao at the point
Muscle Jesus.
where, yeah, Muscle Jesus, where a lot of the things already happened,
True, true.
and he literally represents that last obstacle. And you can even see that Rao has some redeeming qualities to him. He lengthens Yuria's life. He actually isn't that big of a douchebag as a character,
Yeah, it's
and
not
his
black and white.
motivation, yeah, he's not black and white, and his motivation is very well written that he actually wants something good for the world, but he doesn't believe that people will do it out of their own free volition. He just wants to, rule them with an iron fist and show them the right way towards a different future.
True, true. Oh, I don't know what to add actually to that. Rao is great character role. Just as a presence,
Yeah, yeah,
it's already a great character.
and probably one of the most epic antagonists in anime and manga in general.
I am sorry that so many people right now kind of forgetting about Hokuto no Ken, and I see like few other fans just actually celebrating when anyone actually even mention it. It's all about well, I think I talked with the Hawk. I thought about Jojo that it was like older, but Jojo is pretty old actually too. It's
Yeah, yeah, but
really close.
yeah, and JoJo was inspired very much by Fist of the North Star
Yeah.
in that regard. So, like, besides that, like Hokuto no Ken also, laid down a few foundations for the modern shonens
Mhm.
and some also other type of anime genres and stuff like that. And also it broke a lot of stereotypes. So yeah, without sidetracking a lot more, Hokuto no Ken also has a lovely cast of side characters. Like I was really thinking whether I would put in my first spot
Right.
Rao, Rei, Tauza, Yuza, or Toki. Like they're all so they're all great characters.
Hmm.
They're also so well written, and all of them present a obstacle or a friend or a foe to Kenshiro in his literally trials and tribulations of the Sand Messiah.
As I remember, I
You know,
was very much a Ray fan. It was a really long time when I watched the
yeah,
show.
yeah. Ray got an epic ending. He was one of the. That's a really funny thing. He was one of the rare people who even though he knew he didn't have a chance,
Yeah.
without fear, fought against Rao.
Yeah. Hmm. All
So yeah,
right. Yeah, definitely the big presence of the. And now when I think about you would actually give Ron Hokuto more to Rao than the rest of the characters. That
yeah,
he has that's one step over the
yeah,
others at least, even if they are really good side characters. So
yep.
supporting cast overall.
Yeah. Also, and there is one thing that Rao, as a supporting antagonist, has that other people don't. He actually has genuine compassion at some moments.
Yeah. True. But I would actually. But, oh wait, yeah, I can't actually call him truly the main antagonist because he's he's just overlooming, but not in that first story that kind of kicks off the Hokuto no Ken with
Yeah,
Shin
I
and
mean,
yeah,
yeah, even then you see Finn, as a really bad guy, and even that he's just, kind of a pawn in the destiny chain.
yeah.
You actually feel sorry for him later when, when something happens and someone actually tells something about Shin, and you just figure out he really didn't have a he really didn't have choice.
Ah,
And even then, when he did have a choice, he continued down that path in order to pave the road for Kenshiro.
uh,
Right? So a lot of really great moments of self-sacrifice in this show.
it's good show. It's golden
Yeah.
show that people really need to check out. Specifically, Hokuto no Ken, not sequel.
No,
That
the original Hokuto no Ken, the original.
I know that there
How
are
many
many
episodes
episodes,
is it?
109.
Yeah, 109.
But it's worth it. I always thought it's gonna be hard watch even back then. I don't know. It
Yeah.
was pretty easy watch. You can separate it in chunks, those arcs, and
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, technically, it's like 4 seasons,
yeah,
right?
pretty much
4 or 5. I'm not really sure.
something
So
like that.
yeah, it goes like that.
Now, on mention of JoJo, actually, uh, I want to add one character just by his specific spread out through all series.
You mean Speedwagon?
Of course, the best girl, the
Yeah, definitely.
best girl. just just by man. I never thought when I started because I really didn't know nothing about JoJo. I knew memes to some degree, but never kind of get it overall, except few with Dio. But introduction from the first part, that's kind of why I like the first part, because we have actually the young Speedwagon. Okay,
Yes.
and that first meetup with Joseph, yeah, so I
Uh,
remember. Is it the
you mean Jonathan? You
Jonathan?
mean
Sorry,
Jonathan?
this is the problematic part that I'm gonna
Yeah.
mix. But not just that, the man becomes freaking tycoon,
Yeah.
and
Like
so
talking about support, this guy actually finances all of the future JoJo generations as well.
this is the true support character all through all the freaking show. And I think actually, whoa shit, I can't remember after the part 6, because that's kind of the end of this JoJo line, a timeline in a way,
Yep.
because next one is kind of changed because of certain events, but and more over that on some JoJo topic podcast. But yeah, and just by okay, he was present first two parts completely, biggest support possible, and after that, with his company, you always hear the Speedwagon core.
Yeah. His legacy endured. Like there are people like, I'm going to support you with my heals. I'm going to support you with shields. Speedwagon is, I'm gonna support you with my foundation and my money.
True. Well done.
And yeah,
I
and also another thing, like when you think about Speedwagon, there also is another term that comes to your mind, and
hmm?
that is gentleman, because
Yeah,
he sees the noble qualities in Jonathan, and he chooses to follow him because of that.
I mean, even as a thug boss, sort of, he was pretty much gangster at the
Oh yeah,
beginning.
and also he carries the legacy of Zeppeli, also carrying his hat.
Yeah, and I love it. He kind of continued that, but in a good way, supporting them.
Oh yeah, And also, he's another character with a lot of common sense in that world. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
hats off to that too.
And by the way, without him, part 3 wouldn't happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The journey.
Yeah.
I know. Just love the meme and the character. That's the awesome part of it.
What can you provide? Everything.
Who's why adventure need to be that bizarre?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Do you
it's a
have the
great
next?
other character.
Do you have the next one? We will discuss.
Okay, let's switch one by one.
Sure.
So here's another one that's actually a really great character. Antagonist. I have a theme for antagonists right now.
I see, but it becomes a problem when they are main antagonists. But let's see which one.
Yeah, but yeah, and here's the thing. Just before this, I want to add this. Why I want to highlight some of the antagonists? Because heroes need problems to solve in order to be heroes. And antagonists those problems. So they are just the motivational wheel that keeps the protagonist inflict self-doubt upon himself, think about whether he's doing the right things,
You
and they're
want to
just
say
there
he needs
to
to
moral compass.
support him to be a hero?
Yeah.
That's all I
So
hear
anyways,
right now.
So the person who probably returned more than fucking Gul'dan, Gowron from Full Metal Panic.
Yeah. By the way, I think they even put him as a support.
Yeah, he's supporting Amal.
Gauron, the freaking
Yeah.
undead.
So here's the thing: the guy is actually an amazing, driver of the mech. He's resistant as a cockroach. Even when he's incapacitated, he trains other people who can literally swipe the floor with you.
But it is ironic. That's why he's great antagonist, because he's actually a really good support character.
Yeah. And another thing, the most of his motivation is just like, I wanna kill Sagara, nothing else. Right? He wants to fight Sagara so much that it's insane. That's his literal motivation. He doesn't care about the world. He wouldn't even do bad shit necessarily.
But it's not just fight. He really likes to draw out stuff from Sagara, kinda.
Yeah, and he makes himself reflect on himself a lot.
Yeah,
Because
that's the thing.
he plays on that PTSD card.
Yeah, very much.
And that's a really amazing thing when you have an action war drama and stuff like that.
He's a bastard, first class bastard.
Yeah. However, he also does have a redeeming quality. He's very honorable.
Well, to certain people, I will say.
Yeah, to certain people, right? To those who sees as his equal.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag, don't get me wrong, but I just think he also has, that honor against, let's say, exactly Sosuke, right?
Right. Oh,
And also,
man.
like, character from the show, I mean, between Mao and Weber, Kalinin.
All right. Kalnin
Should
is
just-
overall. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
like everything that
second.
man does is so cold and calculated.
I mean, his point of really good general overall. What is it? Commanding officer, yeah, and
Yes.
of course, and I mean, he plays a big role of father figure to pretty much Sagara and Tessa
And Tessa,
Testarossa.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, they can include him a little bit more later in the manga. I am really sad that we probably will not see that animated, but recommendation: don't watch the third season. Go read manga, or read
We might give it another 17 years.
or just read the light novel. It's good. It's more than good. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. I have kind of two of characters. This show you haven't watched, but you definitely
Have I heard about it though?
well, you've been bombarded probably on internet by them.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Oh no.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter.
Yes, Hunter x Hunter.
From his Hunter x Hunter, and specifically Meruem and Hisoka. First of all, just Hisoka fandom is crazy, but he's kind of. I love that he's partially that Jester character. I mean, not just by looks, Jester character. He actually plays the part a lot, and yet very much challenging the main characters in their thinking and overall to improve themselves to actually be a main dish for him to be challenged. That's why they usually make him always look perverted to a certain degree because he always says he wants to see them ripe.
Okay.
Because he wants to see them grow to actually make him a challenge because he will grow fighting them.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's not that Goku mentality. He really likes to play manipulation game, and his powers are not on strength. It's all on intellect and manipulation and trickery. So yeah,
so you're a fighter. What did you max? Wisdom.
Kind of, pretty much. Almost everything is bluff and kind of. Let's hold the pain to show them a trick of him. He actually lost, I think, one or both hands in one tournament. And he played the whole fight. We have problem with the internet a bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do have some technical issues with Twitch, I believe.
Just a second.
Yes.
We might go to BRB screen just to see this. We'll be returned shortly.
Yeah. honestly.
We're back. Hopefully, Twitch not gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but technical issues, with the storm and everything like that.
Yeah, there's some big drops, so we'll see.
And also, we're not sure if it's on our side too. So
Yeah, because
shucks.
YouTube is going pretty well. Not sure what's
Yeah,
currently a problem. Hopefully,
yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
probably Twitch.
continue well.
Oh, alas,
Please report any issues through the stream.
yes,
So to continue on
yeah, yes,
Hisoka.
Scott.
Yeah, well, I pretty much told everything about him because he plays a little bit of from antagonist to kind of anti-hero. Yet, in honestly, in Hunter x Hunter, there is no truly a good people. Everybody kills. It's pretty gray area. It's colorful in that regard. So yeah, there are many shades of Hisoka, and I think that's why people love. On the other side, Meruem is later introduction. I will not spoil much because I actually really like for you to watch because his story is one of the greater, the king of Chimera ants. Pretty much race that kind of build themselves by eating humans.
Okay.
And I mean, they're Chimera, they build themselves like that. And he's the massive product of all of that to be a perfect being. And through the story, from the one that's pretty much a beast and animal to destroy and everything becoming more humane through certain events that happen.
Oh,
And the
okay.
growth is amazing to watch because you have character that could be pretty much by all statistics, it's like you seeing a cell from Dragon Ball Z, but that's not it's not the fights that you see kinda they do that, but it's not the biggest win about him. uh you
Okay.
enjoy the just by him talking with certain characters and the way he's progressing. It's really amazing, and the conclusion of that story is so amazing.
So he practically is a character that through fighting others and practically, if I
But
got you right, absorbing a part of them.
no, he's created process like that. Chimera ants pretty much are birthed by feeding the queen
Oh, okay. So that progresses him, to get self-awareness
Yeah,
and some
and they
some
start
other
to
qualities.
have certain abilities later, especially when they start hunting hunters who possess knowledge of Nen, like chakra, ki, and stuff like that. Uh,
Ah, interesting,
and there's
interesting.
more and more progression, but when he's born, that progression is even more amazing how it goes, and especially even with the other Chimera ants and the way certain memories of humans that are absorbed kind of showing up with them. That whole arc is just wow. I did not expect in this show anything like that.
So it's not only shonen trash; it actually has some very
No,
serious
well that's why I'm saying
themes.
Hunter x Hunter probably my favorite shonen, action shonen, I would say, because it didn't in any point uh, kind of constrained itself to be just one thing. He had the stories to tell, and it did.
Yeah, understandable.
So yeah, that's pretty much from Hunter x Hunter that I would mention all over. There are many good characters there, but uh, this is just some notion of some supporting characters.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So let's switch it a little bit.
sure,
I will get back to the antagonists a bit later.
all right.
So I want to talk a little bit about the side about the side characters in Violet Evergarden,
Oh.
but one side character in particular. So in the first season, Gilbert, who is the major, sorry, for Violet, is a side character, and he's practically there and sends her on a quest of, getting to know yourself and getting to know the world. And the side characters in Violet Evergarden are written in such a way that Violet always experiences something new and very touching every time she interacts with them. In a sense, she is kind of a child, and there are symbolisms with her losing her hands, getting her new hands, trying, to make a new life for herself.
To grasp
But
the world with new hands
yes,
herself in a
yes,
way.
and to
Yeah,
learn actually something without, being a weapon of war.
yeah,
But Gilbert is the main motivation why she keeps going and why she doesn't want to give up.
yeah. I mean,
He tells her, "No, this is not everything. There is so much in the world. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have to."
well, he hated
Right?
them. He hated the most that she was pretty much a weapon, a child
Yeah,
weapon in that war,
yeah,
and just by cherishing her and trying to uh, kind of force her by expressing his feelings, to force her trying to find out what love and life is in a
yeah,
way.
and generally other emotions too,
Yeah, I mean,
because she was
every story.
practically, a machine at that point.
Yeah,
Kind of.
but it's specifically from standpoint of love to life in a way, or life.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so yeah,
And I mean,
we'll see.
and even besides everything, you see her really troubling in the first few episodes to, grasp what humanity is in that sense. But all of the side characters, just lay the right foundations for Violet to grow as a character and as a person too, right?
Yeah, I this would be a really weird comparison, but you know, he's that supporting character that's constant looming motivation for the character, not specifically needing to be there to be a supporting character. They do with those flashbacks constantly through the anime, but yeah,
Yeah. I still need to watch the movie.
well, we both do.
Yep. Yep. I really want to see if that's going to be the conclusion of Violet
I
Evergarden or is there
I,
going to
I
be.
will never get over the fact that we did a review of the by quotation movie and it was that OVA. I mean, it was a movie. It counts as a movie, kind of one
Yeah.
part of it, but it was pretty much a special. Uh,
Yep. Pretty much.
Messed up with the release dates. Oh
So
well.
yeah, just Gilbert, an ever looming motivation, and even in the last, in the ending song, it's
Yeah,
practically Violet's, inner monologue about how he keeps her going,
yeah,
about how he put her, to the right path in order to figure out, hey, this world actually has some beautiful things, and there are things that you should fight for, but albeit in a different way than, in a war.
true. I mean,
So
whole series. I would say that to a certain point of the series, she tried to kind of already use certain knowledge that she obtained through her friends, her encounters overall.
yeah, yeah, she grows as a character because of that, and also another thing that I really want to praise Violet Evergarden, the anime for, she leans on those people regularly.
The,
They are there for her, and
yeah,
it's
but we're
more
not
on an
talking
active.
about Violet. Let's not get out of the
Yeah. But I
topic.
want to say that the side characters are very important for her
Uh,
because they are a helping hand helping hand when they need to be one.
they're pretty much stories that she needs to read. Every single new character is a new book for her for life
Yeah.
experiences. Uh,
Yep.
I mean, it's a great show.
Yep.
Now the one that we kind of pretty much agree that
Oh,
so
which
the
one?
show where
Oh,
where are ya? Where are ya, Iskander?
Fate Zero, right?
Of course,
Iskandar,
Alexander the Great, the
the king
rider.
of the king of conqueror.
Oh man, I did not expect this. Even when I was by that point, I followed Fate for I don't know about 7+ years before I even heard of novel. I mean, light novel for Fate Zero, and not even expecting it's gonna actually get freaking anime. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, just the freaking presence of Ryder through whole show. It's walking motivation. Okay.
yeah. He's like Shia LaBeouf of Fate Zero.
Just do it.
Just do it. Nothing is impossible.
I mean, if you want all those characters that we just mentioned in Wild Heaven Garden, all those characters in one is in the Rider.
Yeah, practically.
I mean,
Like,
it works for the waiver. That's the biggest thing, kind of. But it's great that it's not just for the waiver.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Can you please stop referring to waiver as the waiver?
Why?
Because it's weird.
I know. The little mage. I will troll him forever in that timeline. In that
Okay,
time
okay.
of his
The
life
waiver.
before he becomes the Lord of Meloy the second.
Yeah, but oh yeah, and also another thing, we actually do see a part of that in Ionian Hetare.
Yeah, we see him in
Yeah.
his reality marble Noble Phantasm.
So practically, Iskander is that influencer who is actually talked to his enemies, and they joined him in his eternal conquest.
Pretty much.
Practically,
Uh, I mean,
around the world with Iskander.
I mean, anything that he did in the show is freaking great. From the, I mean, just to mention the King's banquet.
Yeah,
They're just amazing. The way of the king discussion between
yeah.
Gilgamesh and the saber and him.
Like he has a presence that reeks motivation.
Yeah, one of the rare servants that Gilgamesh actually respects.
You mean one of the rare persons like Gilgamesh respects in
Overall, yeah,
general.
through
In general.
all his existence.
Yeah. Even when like when Gilgamesh was, thinking whether to use air on different persons, he was just like, against Iskander, this is going to be an honor.
Um,
You deserve
it
this,
is
mate.
due to respecting him.
Yes.
Not,
Yes.
I mean, the biggest downfall of Gilgamesh was literally shown in the Unlimited Blade Works because of how he felt about Shiro and using air on him.
Yes.
At those last moments. But yeah,
Yep.
I don't know even where to start. Or, I mean, we talked overall, I mean, about the character, but as I said, just motivation. For the kid, for the waiver that kinda wanting to show to Mage Tower, to Clock Tower, however you want to
Yeah.
call it, kinda his skill by actually doing the freaking
The
Holy Grail,
insane thing.
yeah, the Holy Grail War and everything, and I mean, just teaching him through the whole show things and kind of putting Waver on the path. No, well, that's what I like, and I would really love to see Lord Melloy actually animated because everything that Iskander in the Fate Zero is really big tsunami of what Waver becomes through next stories.
Yeah, because he practically, Waver then wanted to prove something to him, and the most dominant figure in that situation was Iskandar, and he practically did make a pact with him already back then,
Yeah.
right? And it just bounced off a lot on Waver and made him into a very interesting character who studies under Zelrich. So, yeah.
Great freaking character. Just the presence every time he should. I mean, the entrance on that first battle with Saber and Lancer, he just enters between them with his chariot.
Yeah. And also, like, the interesting thing about him, he's a noble phantasm. One of them, actually, Ionian Ketairoi,
Yeah.
is actually exactly, it represents perfectly what Iskandar wants to do.
Well, yeah, that's
Because
kind of the point.
join me. Let's laugh together. Let's fight together and do stuff together.
But it's showing of being the leader, the king that needs to be just kind of in same time the one of the people, but doing everything better. He is the example. King must be doing everything more.
Yes, exemplar.
Yeah.
Exemplar of fun.
Okay. I mean, we could go on and on the rider, but there will be more on some Moon Talk probably podcast later. So, next one, Korea.
Next one, let's get back a little bit to the antagonists. Golden Kamui has all the best side characters.
All the best.
But if I had to pick,
right,
Tsurumi. But we already discussed this on Golden Kamui podcast, so
yeah, please listen our special on Golden Kamui. We go more into detail there. But yeah, Tsurumi is really.
So he's insane. He's a master manipulator and a schemer, and he's there to stay.
I just love the brilliance of his insanity. I will call it like that.
I mean, you can even see when his mind is blown.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. I made the same joke.
I'll give you that fun.
Yeah, I made the same joke with that. I shouldn't have done it again. But he's a person who has made such a bed, of intrigue around him, with all the people who serve with him, who actually see him as a very capable commander, right?
Yeah.
He is very charismatic.
I will say that I still return to a certain episode in season 3 that I just can't get over with. How well was it was written, and not expecting it was his episode at all.
Yeah, you couldn't have told at that point.
Yeah, I'm amazing. I mean, I kind of made a little list of all of at least few anime that I would say that pretty much all side characters, all supporting characters are very well used in the show. But we can always do it like this. I mean, mention our favorites, of course.
Yes.
I mean, no, Cake is not here, but we all know she's Ogata Stan.
Yeah, Ogata fan.
Not just because Kenjiro Tsuda is voicing him, but
yeah, like Ogata also has interesting motivations, to say the least.
Honestly, to the point, by this point, he's way too unpredictable that I would know what his next move is overall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So, okay. Yeah. I mean, Golden Kamuy, overall. Great characters, great show. Tsurumi is freaking crazy. Crazy support
Yeah.
character. Right.
Tsurumi is a gem of a
Oh,
character.
on some more like popular show, uh, let's just mention the little bean, the little bean that I honestly will say is actually a main character in this show more than anyone else.
Oh, Shingeki no Kyojin.
Yeah, Levi
Yes.
Ackerman.
Okay, so I'm not a person who is actually a fan. Okay, I'm not going to say that I'm not a fan of Attack on Titan. I just haven't watched it yet.
uh, I I will not mention the endings or anything. But if he's actually gonna mention it, I think he had, for me, most just the best story through beginning to end. Now that it's finished, I mean, and the closure and all. But just gripping. This is the man to that point when I'm just fucking tired of war. I will do my thing. Please just die. Please just die. Extremely realistic. Where everyone brings panic, he kind of brings that sanity there. And that's why I love him. And really good commander. Captain. Yeah. Agent.
Il Capitano.
No. I mean, probably, well, with their commander, probably my favorite character of the show all over. So, damn the storm. Hopefully, internet will not jump around anymore.
Yeah.
We're back. I think we're back. Yeah. Okay. So, nothing much to say because I don't want to spoil the last thing because why I actually love it, especially how it's ended. But just his constant. First of all, pointing out all the flaws of the main characters, facing off literally the greatest enemies in the show, and well, just his constant duels with the monkey. Monkey. uh, Pretty great character. Not just by action. Action is kind of just bonus on overall of that. That he's pretty much freaking fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner.
He literally is the way he fights. Okay, so let's continue.
Levy go brrrr.
Levy go brr. If you saw any shot or gif of him, it's literally him just spinning, and you don't see him. You see the freaking spin. Okay. I have more.
Oh, I also do have more.
Please do.
I'm sorry. I also have more.
No. Yeah. Go.
Space Captain Harlock, Space Pirate Captain Harlock, or Uchu Kaizoku Captain Harlock, Kiruta Mitsuru, the person who hates Harlock, who wants to defeat him, who captures him, and then Harlock escapes with a sliver of chance, who actually, follows Harlock literally to hell and back, who tells him what his motivations are, why he doesn't like Harlock, and then gives his life to protect Harlock in order to save Earth.
Oh, this guy. Yeah?
So,
yeah.
no, Kiruta.
Okay.
You cannot see him here. You have to go to the more characters panel.
I was.
Scroll down.
Oh,
scroll
you're watching on the stream. Yeah, it's late. I already did.
Yeah, there he is.
I already did. You're forgetting
Okay.
it's it's not
Yeah,
going
sorry,
to
I forgot there is a delay. So this guy, he has a ton of motivation. He's literally besides, the What are their names? I kind of forget
O-
right now.
Open mouth. Open mouth.
Yeah, sorry. So the Maison. Besides the Maison, he serves as a character that you grow to hate or dislike just because he's, a dent in Harlock's plans.
Right.
However, you figure out why the guy actually functions that way, and when his backstory is sprung into motion, you actually realize why he believes that order can achieve some other things on the world that where freedom can. Where Harlock is a side of coin that represents freedom, free will. Mitsuru Kiruta is a character who believes that government officials should lead people, but eventually grows to dislike the same government because he finds out that they are jack shit doing anything, right? And in a chance where he actually has a way to fight Harlock, he joins forces with him, recognizing him as the one true good in that world, and as I said, just gives his life in order to protect Arcadia and Harlock, so that everyone else could have a chance, and so that his fate and the fate of those he cares about wouldn't get destroyed by practically stupid people or evil people.
I would say spoilers, but this is 50 years old. No, 40 years old. 40 years
Yeah, it's
old.
43. It's 43 years old or something like that. It's Harlock is old.
Yeah, but it's good series. I unfortunately haven't watched everything. I watched some of the Harlock, but mostly some side series and the movie, the CGI movie.
Uh,
And but yeah, okay. Uh, I'll be returning now to again something to kind of bounce off something a little bit modern.
yeah,
On
I'm the old man here.
that's really strange if you think about it. That wait, why my search is doing this? Please, re-zero. Do this. Yeah, thank you. It's trolling me.
Are you talking about the REM sleep?
Yes, REM sleep, but before the REM sleep. I'm talking about the first season.
Yes.
Because she's truly what you mentioned, the support character, not immediately. The main character kind of works really hard to get to that point, to middle of the series where she's pretty much gonna do anything for him, and then with a reason. It was not just, oh my god, girl falls in love with a hero. No, that doesn't happen in ReZero. That's why I think people really specifically love her, and the unfortunate rejection scene from him. but
Oh
but
yes, that
but
happens.
but just the way she supports the main character, and the whole episode was left just on the dialogue between main character and her. That episode is probably one of my favorite in all anime. One of my favorite in all anime. When the dialogue is good enough, when you kind of have that breakthrough to put a full-on reflection for the main character to kind of see himself from outside a bit, and that's what she represents. She becomes that mirror for him in that moment where he kind of felt he lost pretty much everything and kind of can't move on. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people love Ram, and that's just one. I would say the peak of the iceberg for her.
Ah, understandable. Have a
uh,
nice REM. Have a nice
nice
REM.
Ram. Oh, I kind of love that Hawk is not here for the Ram puns. Uh,
Ah, kick.
uh, so yeah,
Okay, this is gonna strike probably decently.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, Thunder.
thunderstorm.
Yep.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Because we're in the second hour, so let's
Yeah.
move on.
Okay, so I'm going to switch a little bit now. I
Yeah,
talked about memorable side characters, but I want to talk about a character that literally steals the show.
yeah. That's perfect.
Perfect Blue, Hidaka Rumi, or Mima's manager.
Hmm.
Holy shit, where to start? So
I literally can't remember any names. It was a long time when I watched Perfect
it was
Blue.
her manager who actually turns out to be her stalker and everyone who, you know, fucks up the
I
woman's
will
life.
not even expand the image for
Yeah,
the
oh yeah,
reasons.
the image is really derpy.
For the reasons. The derp is
So
disturbing.
so here's the thing. She's a side character that steals the show for me because she represents
Get
a
closer to
lot.
the mic, Amit.
I am literally hugging the mic.
Hmm. There is
Okay,
a
so
okay.
let me just a second. Okay, there we go. Now it should be a little bit better. I
Yeah.
boosted again. So Hidaka is a character that steals the show for me because she represents everything wrong with the industry, with the internet, and how people, see a person. When you see a person uh, be something, you don't want them to change. You want them to be a specific part of your life that is never going to disappear, right? It's like when
Mm.
someone, as a musician, uh,
I don't know. Do you hear the thunders? Because it's
yes, yes,
really
yes, I do.
hitting.
When someone as a musician records 5 albums of exceptional quality and then just turns to something completely different, fans are going to hate that, right? And Mima is there as a constant looming threat who makes you uh, worry about your life, who makes you think about what is reality, what's not.
She's walking cloud of anxiety.
Oh yeah, yeah, literally. And she reflects that on the main
Uh,
character because
yeah.
she knows how she works. She has her trust, trust, and she just plays that to her card in order to uh, fuck up with her life so much that she wants to revert to being an idol because she wanted to try something else and Rumi didn't like that, right? And later you actually see her taking on the visage of Mima and literally haunting her
Right.
because she felt she was responsible for her past. So there are really a lot of things that are disturbing about Perfect Blue as it comes to side characters. But Hidaka Rumi is just a very special place there because she represents the worst part in us as fans, right?
Now that you mentioned that, I'm starting to remember stuff from the old Taxi. So people who haven't watched that show, please do. It's freaking Tarantino done anime. Uh, yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, many characters there, but I don't know. It's I will say it's kind of expected. That part I expected the most, maybe in that situation. But the the whole atmosphere of Perfect Blue is disturbing, and everyone kind of
Yeah.
adds with their perspective or just point of view. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's a psychological horror at its core.
yeah. Hmm. Okay.
I mean, you literally go with the first parts of a Queen song. I will not do that because of the fucking DMCA, right? But you know to which one. Everyone knows to which song I'm referring to, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I might have few. I have this one in partially for the lols, but let's be real.
I
You
still need to see it on the on the stream.
soon. I will call this character simply Team Rocket.
Oh my god, when did we go to Pokemon?
I had to. If you ever thought about supporting character that stayed memorable from that show,
Okay, I get it.
it's that
Prepare
whole.
for trouble and make it double.
It's that whole package.
Okay, I get that.
I really want to mention because really from that literally kid show back then, and I wasn't even the kid that actually watched Pokemon constantly. It was actually later when I finished that main series, and that's pretty much it. But the only thing that stayed for me is the Team Rocket. They're too funny, and that's the only thing worth remembering for me.
Yeah, like that.
And and the damn song and the
Oh, I actually never got to be a Pokemon fan. I think it's because I watched the Digimon first.
yeah, same. I
Makes
actually
sense to me
watched
more.
Digimon first. Never. I think the first time I actually even had some contact with Pokemon was end of the elementary, kind of, you know, the beginning of the high school, I will say.
Like to me, it was first Digimon and then Medabots.
Okay, Metabots. Actually Metabots I watched in the same time around the Pokemon too. But yeah,
Yeah, they were cool.
still it's better anime than.
Yeah.
Still, it's more fun. So yeah, I couldn't go away to not mention the legendary side characters.
Yeah, the legendary trio.
Oh. By the way, if our stream is currently a little bit lagging because Storm subscribe on YouTube, like our stuff. I will be posting VOD probably down the week. So if any issues gonna be with recording. Okay. So continuing.
Yeah. Do you want to continue because you literally put on a meme character?
Sure. Okay. I can now return to really serious.
Okay.
For example, for Monogatari.
Oh, okay. I'll play your game.
Kaiki Deshu. Human Sly. Money is all only thing that speak.
Oh.
But it's very blurred around that. It's really complex personality for someone that you, first of all, whole life is absolutely around the money. But you see those cracks around and specific interactions, how it goes. He's kind of extreme realist with I don't know how to explain Kaiki. It would need to take literally whole episode just to go through his journey in Monogatari or his master schemer.
Ooh la la.
His master schemer, but the connections and certain situation main characters kind of put him in, and even his whole story. To, for example, literally was hired to lie the little girl that became a god to kind of trick her from her power in a way.
Ah.
Because he's part of the trio that's kind of involved with, let's say, occult and stuff like that, but he's not really using any of that. He's not interested. He's a realist. He talks money. Money.
Ah, okay.
But there is certain I don't know. right. Just the way he sees the world is really amazing. Uh, on the it kind of varies from a little bit depressing to the just realistic. Yet there is that note of unsaid optimism that you see at the certain end of the chapter. So always, and it's done so well, especially with a certain main girl. But as I said, no spoilers. It's really, really amazing character. I mean, there is no not complex characters in the Monogatari series. They're all layered a lot.
It's like when you cut down a tree and you see all the rings.
Yeah, and I love that he's kind of introduced more as an antagonist in a way. Yet you starting to see his view more and more how serious goes, and just whenever he speaks.
Yeah, wait, is he more of a villain or is he just ambiguous?
uh, I would say neither. He's really realistic by I want money. I will say that. But the way he wants to help is really honest in a way. Uh, uh, if the people are tricked, they deserve to be tricked. You were stupid to be tricked. but
Ah,
but if it's asked for help, it's and specifically from certain people or certain female character here, you actually starting to see Kaiki who he actually is.
okay, interesting. Omoshiroi, omoshiroi.
And even later as a father figure to one character.
Oh,
So
I will teach you the ways of the scum.
this guy, actually, it was more eat more meat. It's healthy, eat please more meat. Are you healthy? Eat more meat.
Oh,
The whole scene is eat more meat. Eat more meat.
if Hawk was here, he would just go mapo tofu.
Oh, actually, Hawk knows on Japanese this whole scene. So
Ay 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 ay.
it's probably both of us favorite character, especially specifically in the second season of Monogatari series.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
let's continue.
Okay. So after thinking about this, we already talked about the two characters from a certain show.
Yeah.
Bunny Girl Senpai.
Oh yeah.
So I know who's your pick, but I really want to
Big
discuss
butts.
both characters.
Yes.
Yeah, I really want to discuss both characters. So the two characters that I was thinking about, which one was my favorite side character in the show, was either Futabario
Right.
or the little sister
Either.
Kaede.
Yeah.
And after thinking long about this, I had to go with Kaede
That's okay. Well, it's a
because,
favorite.
yeah, because she was a victim of something, online bullying and stuff like that, and because of the adolescent syndrome that plays a very important part of this show, he got physical injuries. Because of that, she turned, uh, to herself, became traumatized, and practically developed a pseudo persona in order to protect herself. And she became very introverted, right? So she was extroverted at first, then reverted to being very introverted, then revert, then became very introverted. I'm sorry about it. A lot of words.
Yes, I can
Uh,
see.
Besides that, she is one of the few characters in this show that bring out the best in our main character. Although she, is kind of a comedic character at the point, her story becomes a very serious one. Knows. Here's the funny thing about her. Even though she's introverted, she really knows how to judge people. That
No,
plays a very
right?
important part with her.
I mean,
And besides,
I know, but my maybe more question is why specifically she's your favorite? Yeah, Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah, we
yes,
currently
it's Bunny Girl Senpai
this is
because she,
this is Ticket's choice of the favorite side character here.
yeah, she plays a very important part for Sakuta's motivation, and he actually kind of lives for her at that point until he meets Sakurajima, right? And after that, after everything transpasses with Kaede, and she reverts to her self, to her real self,
Yeah,
uh, our main protagonist literally lost 2 years of his life because of her, or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I
And it's just so big of a shock that you help that person, you literally held her in your hands, protected her, and it's all gone.
uh,
It's literally having a fictional friend and a fictional little sister, and then just waking up. Yeah, this is not. I spend way more time with a person who was more of a patient than was my real sister, right?
well,
He gets attached to her.
to the family, but
Yeah, that's the family.
uh, I don't know.
And,
That wasn't my kind of meter for my favorite character. Why I specifically went for Futaba is the interactions with the main character all over. Not just her specifically her story and the problem. I just love their back and forth
yeah, yeah,
from
yeah. They
from the
have
big
really good dialogues.
from the beginning to the end. I just love.
Yes.
I don't even have specifically to point out anything else, but that's what stayed for me from the show mostly. But we kind of figured out by this point, even if we like the same show, we pretty much love pretty different stuff from the show.
Yeah, yeah. And like Futaba is also an amazing character in her own right.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
may,
Ken Lo Hawk.
uh, oh, joining in chat. Oh, Ken Lo.
Ken Lo.
But maybe because I wouldn't say relate, but I understand more Futaba's character of that duality of Futaba
Yeah.
a lot more than Kaede. Uh, just
Yep.
just by being in a way stoic and yet another way exposing herself a lot more. Okay, overall, both great characters. I mean, whole show is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. It's really good, and the movie is also amazing.
Oh, I
Like,
actually haven't watched the movie yet.
you
So
still didn't. Oh
nope.
well, then that there is something on your list now, good sir.
Yeah, I know it stayed on that plan to watch, and I hope it will not stay on the plan to watch.
Yeah. I mean, you can remove it, so don't do that.
uh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, I mean, when I said Monogatari series, all characters, it was just my pick of Kaiki Deshu. I could go all over that. Uh, and another series that I don't know. Uh, can I pick specifically one? I actually talk about this with the Hawk and you, yeah, on Discord. Whole section 9 from the Ghost in the Shell.
Ay, 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 ay.
Uh, because that's how they exist. Okay, I clicked specifically on the. Oh, this is actually a manga. No. For the series, maybe the best scene, but just whole team that works with Major Motoko Sanagi. as a side character is just amazing, and their stories and how they work. I see them as one character pretty much. Okay, maybe except Bato, but they all have really good stories all over. I could go into way too many details. All Ghost Shell is amazing, and specifically as a psychiatrist said, they just go together constantly. There is no major without Section 9 crew.
Would you think that? Would you say that Ghost in a Shell really is one of those most anthological series that you should definitely give a watch and study?
Ooh, I don't know. I would discuss right now that because it's really specific and it's really different. For example, the movie, the manga, the show, and the new shows. It's really different stuff.
Okay.
So I'll not comment right on that because that's a long discussion, really long discussion. But yeah, all over Section 9 as a sector, as side character supporting. So yeah.
Understandable.
Oh, hi. I see.
Hello.
Well, we're under the freaking thunderstorm, so we're not melting,
Yeah.
just not breathing.
Yeah, but it's gonna get sweaty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, anyone else you have in mind? Hawk actually mentioned Urahara. Yeah, I would mention him too.
Okay,
Uh,
go for him, definitely.
Urahara Kiski from Bleach. I mean, if we have Aizen all antagonists all according to plan, this is the guy on the other side that does that.
All according to Keikaku.
Pretty much. So yeah, uh, just from the jokester to the freaking scientist in the Soul Society to really crazy good man. An amazing wife, a cat wife, chocolate wife.
Nani?
Well, Yurichi, you actually watched, if you remember.
Hmm.
I will not get
Omoshiroi.
into details now, nor minor.
Omoshiroi.
But yeah,
Very omoshiroi.
okay. Do you have anyone else?
Do I have anyone else who, besides a lot of the characters in Kekai Sensen?
Do you have anyone specific that you would talk?
Like the Zai is there, but the Zai is more of a main character.
Kekai
So there's
Sensen.
so yeah. When I'm talking about Kekai Sensen, sorry, I missed two franchises. Uh,
There is certain
okay.
atmosphere that is similar, I will
Yeah,
agree. But you talked about Bungo Stray Dog.
yes, Bungo Stray Dogs. Uh, what's his name, right? The glass. Sorry, the chief of the organization. That's him. Not the glasses guy. He's also amazing. But the chief of the detective agency.
Hmm?
Like the man literally is the boss has entered the server.
Well, he's the boss. I am actually forgetting. Oh, he actually has a name because they all just say boss and
Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about his name.
the Silver Wolf. But
Yes,
yeah,
the Silver Wolf Okami.
I never gonna forget his scene with how's the girl's
Yoka.
name? Yeah,
Yeah, because he has a weakness for very cute characters, which is hilarious in its own right.
but so
And he
serious,
just,
so
yeah.
decisive.
So besides that, he is actually a person whose background is that he was a top assassin. That's the
Yeah.
first thing. Then he actually got to be in the detective agency because he wanted to do something a little bit different. He wanted to help people for a change and not, just murder them straight.
Of course.
He has a talent or a superpower that actually allows him to control his own subordinates, which
Right.
is, really interesting because you don't want anyone to go ham without
Yeah.
an excessive reason. He's a very great motivational character. He holds justice to a very high degree, and most importantly, he really likes cute stuff and he cannot hide it.
I mean, there is a lot of side characters overall in Boomer Stray Dogs. That KK actually, yeah, she mentioned the Zai, but he is actually counted as a main character. Uh,
Yeah,
Maybe specifically how he's included, especially in the, I mean, all seasons now when I think about it, and especially
yeah,
later, even in the movie, he's more of protagonist than the protagonist. Than the protagonist.
yeah. Completely agreeing on that.
Yeah. But there are
That
a
is
lot of
correct.
good characters. Maybe I would mention like all leaders of organizations. And I mean, Port Mafia leader and with the detective agency leader. Both
Yeah,
of them
and
are
also,
really great characters.
yeah, and let's not forget about Franz Fitzgerald. You really need to
The
put
rich
him there.
boy, then poor boy,
Yes.
then very smart boy.
So well.
uh, your mic kind of died when you said that.
Yeah, that was so good. Like Francis Scott, Francis Fitzgerald, Francis boy.
uh,
He's just a great character in his own
uh,
rights. And, his motivations are he actually is doing something in order to save his wife, you know,
well, yeah.
and his child. But he doesn't
You don't
stop.
feel that in the second season. He was kind of the looming presence of his coming with the story about buying the white tiger.
Yep.
Then he's pretty much antagonist in the second, and the third season is probably one of my favorite characters specifically.
Yeah. He like in the third season, he really has such a great, character development. And he actually shows that he can be a, kind of a good guy,
Yeah.
which is, kudos to him.
That's what we literally mentioned, the big trio of all the characters in the show. Francis, Wolfie, and the leader of Port Mafia. I
Yep.
forget his name too. He's somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Mori. Just look at that smug face.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
uh, the
But
only serious one is Detective. The only serious
yes.
one.
And also it's funny because he is the best friend of the Silver Wolf.
Well, yeah.
Just
Okay.
Hugo is really, pieced together with so many intricacies between the characters,
Yeah.
make it so interesting.
Did you want to mention anyone from Kekai Sensen, or shall I move on?
Oh yeah, Kekai Sensen Sumeragi because she's a mood. That's it.
Jane
That's literally it.
Sumeragi. I mean, I love all the characters. They're all freaking wacky as hell.
Yeah. But
Uh,
Sumeragi is just
I like that we actually put both shows beside each other because there are interesting similarities in the way our group function, I would
yep.
say,
Yep.
between those two, even if shows are pretty different in a way.
Yeah. So yeah, but besides being a mood, Sumeragi is a badass. That's the first thing. The second thing, she's very straightforward, which I genuinely like. She doesn't give a crap about Renchiro.
Rarity in anime.
Yes, a rarity in anime indeed. And is just a character that you want to see more in the show, at least for me.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like her screen time is the bare minimum. But then again, I voiced the same complaint for Hudson in Sherlock or Moriarty.
Agreed.
So
Yeah, agreed.
yeah, you get that.
That's why I'm definitely continuing reading manga of Moriarty the Patriot. So because I think they said. I mean, they pretty much told the story in the anime, but there's still more in manga. And
Yeah, I figure I will also get to read that.
so, what I left are mostly those that I would pretty much include all, but actually, Hawk reminded me this one. Where are you? Oh my God,
Gintama,
you are
Gintama.
you are not on the first page. I am actually amazed. Oh no, you are here. Okay.
Wait,
Surajanai
what?
Katsurana. Surajanai Katsurana.
Okay.
I mean,
Skotaro Zora, Fruits Punch, Samurai Zora, Captain Katsura, Katsura, Katsura.
I I just fucking love when they tricked him actually saying Katsura Janai Zura. It just goes, what did you make me do?
He's the original Panda Janai.
Panda Janai. I don't know. Him, Elizabeth. I mean, all that group is amazing. And Shinsagumi as whole. I don't know who's crazier.
Yeah. It's
Whole
like also
cast
Gintama
of
has such a colorful cast of idiots,
yeah.
without a lack of better term.
But yeah, Katsura is definitely memorable just by his that one liner constantly repeated,
Yeah, definitely.
and one of the four that fought with Yaksha with
Yes.
White Demon Jintoki. What else? I mean, as I said, we could go all over the characters, but that would take ages.
Yeah. The man is a meme.
Yeah. Another one that we actually mentioned. You mentioned one specific character, but I would generally you can put all of them. From a grad school.
Oh, Ton. Yes.
Yeah. The boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
See you, auditors.
yeah. So I mean, maybe my favorites are actually Washimi, and Gori.
Yeah, I see that, but Ton hits you in the third season. Ton hits you in the third season like a hammer.
Don hits you constantly with.
Okay,
I
fair.
see this.
No, I'm not talking about hitting you with work, right? I'm talking about hitting you with advice for a change. He's the boss
True.
that you. Hawk said this very well. He's the boss that you hate, but you know he's right.
Oh, that does hurt. That does hurt.
I think that's how he put it.
Yeah.
I might be mistaken. So sorry about that.
And I need Fenneca's laugh for my cell phone ringtone. So yeah, I mean, amazing cast, amazing anime, and another one that used all its characters so well.
Yeah.
Uh,
So do we want to finish the podcast with
uh,
the anime?
actually, not just yet. I will mention just few fast. A
Oh,
few fast. Yeah.
intriguing.
Intriguing.
Maya,
I
that
don't.
is amazing.
I don't really need to show all of them. Maybe I can if I remember how it's actually spelled. Oh yeah, Keiki actually mentioned Grell from Black Butler. This is just chaos. This is chaos incarnate. Or
Yeah.
so I will leave Keiki maybe to expand on that on some hot takes. But yeah, crazy all over. Another one from Soul Eater. I mean, I really love pretty much all characters from Soul Eater, but my favorite is Stein. And we can't forget Stein is just freaking fun character, but we can't forget this one. This atrocity. This song that will forever be engraved in our minds. Excalibur. That's what the Soul Eater did. Oh, we summoned Finn.
I read that from the Untied King, and I was just like, wait, there's bondage.
Oh, this is great.
Okay.
With the legendary sword, Finn is summoned.
Take us back to the character.
Best character ever. True.
I got a character that I would want to mention,
True.
but here's the thing that annoys me. He's actually uh, defined as the main character.
Yeah, well, I mean, we said you can't
Yeah.
actually constantly, but
Yeah.
mention. I mean, we're in. Okay, boys are going in.
Yes.
This is what happens when you mention Excalibur.
That's good. And this is really good because they can DMCA you for this.
Ah, true. They can sing.
So Alexander Anderson from Helsing.
Oh yes! Oh my God! How did I not?
An insane character. An insane character. Beautifully written. Motivation through the top. And he just wants to spread the love and word of Jesus Christ to many people of the earth.
Amazing character. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, other side of the coin for, of course, Alucard.
Alucard. Yeah.
And the saddest Alucard became when he lost his coin. His other side of the coin, I would say.
Yeah. When.
Yeah. That's
oh,
the thing.
wait! You haven't been here. We mentioned a lot of characters who are antagonists because they are side characters to the story and they're really important. So.
Of the main cast, but yeah, that's why there's just some honorable mentions that we would, as overall. Or am I missing something? It's okay, Finn. It's okay.
Yeah.
We
put the antagonists, most of them, into the side characters.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of antagonists are counted as side characters. Gauron is on the Mall is like supporting character.
Also, everyone else in Hokuto no Ken besides Kenshiro. So.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's why I'm saying you
a lot of stuff.
Depends how you look at it. But yeah,
yes.
we can go with the anime. That I think Full Metal Alchemist overall. Why is overall my favorite? Was specifically because of this. I don't remember before watching, actually reading that time. That I saw the show overall that use all characters so well that it's all so nicely packed as what Full Metal Alchemist did overall.
Yeah. So like Full Metal Alchemist takes all of his cast and just steps it up a notch. Besides some other stuff, and there's also a thing that I will just make a little bit of a digression now. You can also say the same for Silver Spoon. They both come from Arakawa, and you can really see that here in her creation, she likes to highlight every side character.
Yeah,
she doesn't like to leave any stone unturned.
And use them in the story. It's not like okay, just exposition. No. It comes. It always comes around to those characters in a certain way through the story, and I really like that.
And they hit you on a very realistic point.
That's why her writing is really good.
Yep.
I mean, specifically, as I remember, she actually grew on farm, so on countryside. So specifically, Silver Spoon is kind of right at her alley to know those kind of people, and it's that homey feeling of countryside. So You can see that even in Full Metal Alchemist. You know that's always when they return to Winry, you know, outside of the central, outside of the city, it is the only time when they actually rest. Kinda, it is where they
Yep.
home is.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, as much as I put kind of struggling to still have this as my number one anime overall, manga. I can rewatch this to no end. Can rewatch this to no end.
Yep.
But yeah,
It's a really
and
good stuff.
I think what? Oh yeah, Finn mentioned Armstrong, of course. I mean everyone, but I just want to say it out loud. What you mentioned, or Olivier that Fox
Yes.
said.
Also, also Orcus is mentioning Lindel and Angelica from Ancient Magus Bride. So yeah. Also to everyone who joins us on YouTube after the WOD is up, say your favorite side characters in the comments. I will
Yeah,
comment on that too.
your favorite
So
side
we can take
side characters
that there.
overall
Yep.
that stole the show for you. I
Yes.
would say. So follow us on Twitch if you like our content. Subscribe on YouTube. You know how it goes. Like our stuff and follow us on social media. So
Yes.
till the next time. Tarabada.
Sarabada.